Hello and welcome back to the First Ancient World War. Yeah, that's right, our Seleucid Empire is being attacked from all sides, folks, and it is getting real. If you didn't catch the last episode, it was streamed on my YouTube channel. The replay is available and should be in the playlist. You can go to my channel and check it out. That way you haven't missed anything. And of course, if you like this video when you're done watching, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to make sure you catch the next one, hit the subscribe and the bell if you want to be notified. Appreciate all the support on this one. We're going to get right into things here. And this is going to be a lot of fun. We have a significantly large war that is underway. We're being attacked by most of the factions on the map, and probably soon to be more. As when one faction dislikes you, others tend to follow. Let me see which Might of Heracles. So the Might of Heracles, the commander, I really like the strategist trait because of all the extra second wind stuff that we get. But I don't know if I've done a ton of zeal ones, so we could do that one. We'll work on the zeal tree. Why not? Let's have some fun with it. Let's see. I've got a lot going on. We have enemies to our north here at Norea who need to be dealt with. I've got many enemies awaiting me outside of... Medlon. It's the Rax Swords. This is not the most powerful army. Might be able to win that if I tried, but I'm gonna just kind of wait these guys out here because I was moving behind them with Hannibal's revenge. His army will continue to bear his name, and remember that Hannibal still has a family tree that he left behind, and it's a significant family tree. If you see over here, he had 3 adopted children, and then they have children of their own, so Hannibal's family tree will continue. I'm gonna see if any of these characters I have can now be married. Some of them can. They've gained enough gravitas. When they first came of age, they didn't have enough gravitas to be married. So I want to take care of these now. It's going to be kind of expensive, having all these weddings. This guy still does not have the gravitas to get married, but he's getting closer. And here, I think we just don't have the money. I say that. 4488. 4488, so I do have the money here. How come he can't be married? Gravitas is too low? How come he has to have 40 gravitas? I don't understand why his gravitas would be too low, but nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and get a marriage for all of these other characters, and then I'll come back to him when I'm able. And that will be helpful for now. That's all the family members that I can get married at the moment, so that'll help continue the family line. I'm going to take a look. I've got a ton of armies and a ton of agents and just in general many things going on. I'm going to do some army sabotage here. See whether I'm successful. We were. And my spy leveled up in the process. That's good news. Building up that skill tree, and then let's check out my dignitary, who I was going to use for some scouting, and she is headed up to look at Boii territory. Got this fleet here, which was kind of shadowing some Massilian transport fleets, which were ominously sailing around past me. And right now we're being trespassed by Massilia. So no doubt we're going to have yet another war on our hands here very soon. I had to recruit some trash troops into this army just to kind of help maintain it. We just took over this settlement, and the Saba are on their way to continue to try and ruin our life. I'm going to continue getting some siege equipment ready here. As we know, even just a few units on the siege can end up being a mess, and we don't want to get ourselves into a situation where we lose a bunch of units like we did last time in the siege. Chimeria went to war with me, though admittedly I don't know exactly where they're going to attack me from at the moment. Okay, so I want that army to be there. Alright, that should be good for now. I don't think we need to make any other changes at the moment. Could go ahead and spend some money improving these, well, I guess what were once the frontier. Italia is now basically our backyard. Go ahead and spend some money improving these regions. And I can't remember if I was busy training another army or not. Doesn't look like I am at the moment. I had this army on march because we had a revolt. And some people were like, yeah, you're not taking care of the political parties. Yeah, I know. I'm intentionally not taking care of them because I hate them and I don't like the politics system. And so I'd rather just fight them at this point. Just easier that way. I wish once you destroyed these factions that they would just be gone. The Iceni are offering me an obscene amount of money for a peace treaty. And we know they're not going to keep it forever, but at least I don't have to be at war with the Iceni, and then they offer me a huge chunk of gold. I'll accept that for now. It's not like they're not going to redeclare war on me, you know? I mean, look, their agent's still messing with my settlements, right? Like they just did peace with me, but they're still jacking with all my settlements. Thanks for the 8,700. I mean, I don't know that you really had a reason to be that desperate for peace. You had all those troops on my border. You could have actually caused me some trouble. I guess they saw the army coming behind them and did that. So, whatever. Fair. I'll take that army and go beat down someone else for the few turns of peace that I'll get out of the Iceni. And we can imagine it's not going to be long. The Odrysians declared war on me as well, so there's that. I need to send an army to face the Odrysians. Oh, we've got so much going on. Oh, so much going on. But that's okay. Makes it fun. You know how a lot of people say the late game is always just a boring steamroll? Well, that's not the case here, is it? I mean, I think we're still going to win. I think we're going to do well, but I don't think it's going to be a boring steamroll. Let me get to one of the comments here real quick. Guardian of Asgard said, I'd love to see more asymmetry and the love and attention CA puts into the Warhammer games into historical Total War. No spells and no mythical creatures. Just unique mechanics for each faction. Roman, Greek, Eastern, barbarians, etc. So players can replay the game without it getting stale or boring. Shouldn't have to rely on mods to make the game interesting. I agree. I very much agree. Boy, we have had a lot going on here. Holy crap. Well, that took away a whole bunch of my movement points. I love how the Iceni just brought another army up here and just stationed it right on my border as well. I'm going to force march back to Korea because we have peace with the Iceni for the moment. I need to get this Helvetii army off of me. And if I move this army full forward, would I be able to break the siege? Nope, we don't get reinforcements. So because my army is parked here and about to stop them, but I can't attack them, nor can I have them reinforce me if I sally out, I'll bet you this AI army attacks me on this turn. Population surplus. I've got one turn before surrender, so we'll see what happens. I think that means that I can wait one more turn. I guess I'll just sit here and mess with the Iceni since they're messing with me.
I will see it. I will not fail you again.
Where's my spy? Wasn't my spy here? Did he get killed? No? Oh no, that was my spy. Army sabotage. Try to bribe a unit, why not? There we go.
My mission was a success.
Ready for battle.
Take it. Well done.
You wish of me?
Well done. Alright, let's start hitting all of our units here. Heralds of Triton can take out this Nori roving band of goons.
Destroy them.
We'll just auto-resolve that one. Shouldn't take any significant casualties. I'm going to release the captives and take the cash. Sometimes people who are at war with these folks hate it when I release the captives, but I don't really care. I'm going to disband these mercenaries. There's no reason to continue to pay their upkeep as they're not necessary at the moment. And now I'm going to come up here and go after the next little Nori ragtag band of crap there. I've got a lot of armies here in Italia, and they're really no longer necessary, and I need to move them over to face the Odrysian kingdom. So I'm going to come out to sea into Otter, and then begin the march to Navisos. It's going to take me a couple of turns. Actually, no, we need to go relieve the siege at Singidon, I guess. Be the best that I can pronounce that, if I can pronounce it at all. I almost wonder whether I should take this army back north and just let the one coming from Africa take care of this. Though, to be fair, I can probably clean up this situation a lot faster with the help of 2 armies, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I'll have 2 armies help me clean up these guys more quickly, and then I can re-dispatch them further back to where they're needed. Heralds of Triton leveled up here, or at least their admiral did, so I'm going to find another fleet one here. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see now. So, waiting. I do not have a military target for this army at the moment. I don't want to just park a whole bunch of troops here to do nothing, but we could very well be in even more wars here very, very soon. 3. Okay, I don't want any patchy factories there, slums. I call them patchy factories, but the game calls it slums. It's a joke running back for a while on my channel, for those of you who may not be familiar with it and you're wondering why I would say such things. Right, there's an enemy army encamped here. That's just not going to be tolerated any longer. Okay.
Ready for order.
So that small Helvetii force, whatever you want to call it, they're gone. No longer have to deal with them. Pick an army tradition. They're going to be siege experts like usual. And let's keep working our way through here. This fleet, again, was shadowing those Massilian fleets, and it went north back towards Neapolis. I'll just garrison Neapolis at the moment, just in case they get some ideas about what they think they want to pull here. Griffin's Grace is continuing the siege here. Still giving these guys more of a chance than they deserve. It's only 1, well, I think it'll say 1 and then 0 turns till they surrender. I might go ahead and just fight this siege battle quickly. And again, they've got all these annoying skirmishers too, and I always just end up taking a ton of damage in these siege battles, so let's just continue. These guys are gonna... How do they have 3 armies and they have, like, no settlements? These guys had, like, 4 or 5 armies and didn't have hardly any territory to their name. So, like, that's utterly and shamefully disgraceful. The good news is that I have a garrison here now, and it's replenishing rather rapidly. Oh, whoops. It's a garrison of Levy Pikes. Levy Pikes, Hillman Citizen Cav, Hillman Levy Pike, Eastern Slingers. Let's do this one. And put a stables here so we can kind of spread some of the stuff around. health. This'll work. This instead. Okay. I think this will do. Not gonna spend too much more money there at the moment. I'm gonna have to go hunt down the Saba. Like I said, I do have a garrison now at that location. I'm kind of thinking, like, I don't know that it would work, but I'm kind of thinking about coming out here a ways and laying an ambush. Just see if we get lucky, see if it draws the Saba forces in closer. So let's go ahead and lay that ambush, because they may want to turn around and come back there. It's better than sitting still, I think. Alright, Defenders of Olympus are at Medlon, and again, I'm somewhat reluctant to pull more forces out of this region because I feel like it is about to be an absolute crapshoot. So that really means that we've finished, for all intents and purposes, all the things that we need to with the armies for this turn. And really we just need to move on with some more building. And I go through here just looking for easy upgrades. This is an upgrade we should have made a long time ago right there. Let me see what I want to do here. I'm going to swap that one over. Shrine of Poseidon, because you get the extra food. I don't need the extra influence peddling anymore at this point. Okay. Avatea. Illyria, Caucasia. I was checking to see if we have any immediate threat from Maria on that front, and we don't, so I'm not too worried about that province. Well built there. Macedonia looks like it's soon to be under siege. For some reason, it has a really crappy garrison. Like, it switches your pikemen over to Thurio spears when you hit these higher level barracks, which is kind of annoying because Thurio spears are, like, really bad at most things. So that's a garrison that I just don't understand. Don't get that one. I may end up needing to do some recruiting from here, though, so I'm going to go ahead and make some improvements. Those facilities, Armenia, I don't really have a ton of money left. I'm just going to do a quick check for slums. Because I haven't played for a couple of days, and I want to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Alright, good. We are ready to end a turn. Grab another comment here that you all left on the last episode. This one from Lumer Latre? I don't know how to say that one. It says, what I really don't want in a historical Total War is single unit models. Yep, and I'm not suggesting that they do that. He says, I enjoy being able to expand and improve a general's retinue, or at least I like that aspect of Shogun 2. In terms of faction mechanics, there is a precedent for making each one a bit different. Imagine having to stage constant wars as Rome in order to send a tribute back to the Eternal City so you can stage triumphs, garner support of the masses, whereas Carthage having a unit roster based on mercenary options available to you. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm getting at. I think that's a fantastic comment in that sense. Nope, I also do not agree that I do agree that they should not be putting single entities in the historical game unless there was some type of precedent for it, which I can't think of one offhand for any reason, so I tend to agree. But then your ideas there, like, again, maybe that tribute system for Rome, that mercenary thing for Carthage, that's all it takes. It's just you pick something loosely based from history, and you make something fun of it in the game. So that's all you really need to do. It's definitely how you solve the issue. So I couldn't agree more, and it makes it way more fun. DGen X says, me, Air, tell me you're a parent without telling me you're a parent. Air, we'll see. I'm definitely a parent all the way here. Should be a parent, huh? How about some lame jokes there? That'll prove it further. Soren says, it would be fun to incorporate political system and religious with some abilities for your faction rather than just a strange sort of constraint that you need to juggle. What if the chieftain of the Swaby needed to appease the warlike chieftains in a time of peace and the peaceful ones in the time of war? Or Pikes and Briganti could do druidic rituals that were bound to times a year, so planning your wars for the solstice. Again, good ideas, and this is exactly what I'm getting at. So you guys are, I think, hammering the nail home here in the sense that this is what I mean. You take some loosely based stuff from history that makes it fun to play that faction and makes them unique and gives you a reason to want to go play it because they have a unique ability and something that will bring interest. So again, fantastic. Love it. Thank you for leaving that stuff in the comments. All right, I'm going to stage some cavalry here. I actually take all my infantry out of formation attack. It's pretty useless unless you're trying to just guard a very specific spot. And I am not. I like the settlements back in the background. It's really neat how they did that in Rome 2.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
All right, here we go. I'm going to push up. The enemy reinforcements are on the way in. I've got these guys significantly outranged. I'm going to let my Persian archers get a volley here, and then I'm going to fall back behind my swordsmen so that I don't get suicide charged by Arabian cavalry. So there we go. Let's take my general. Speaking of Arabian cavalry, and I'm going to go get engaged out here.
Our general is under attack.
Yep, but I'm pretty sure that Arabian cavalry is going to get absolutely cataphract crushed. These pajama warriors on horseback are not going to like what I just threw at them there. Alright, I'm going to move this way. We've got more cavalry inbound. Quite a bit more of it, in fact. Take these guys out. Alright, looks like Cavalry Engagement Part 2. They do have some camel spearmen coming up. So, camels do scare horses, but it is unlikely they're going to make a significant difference here, as my horsemen are in perfectly good shape and not likely to be scared by the small numbers of enemy forces that they're up against. And then, not to mention, the quality here is very much in our favor. An inspired group here. All the units around us fighting. Extra zeal. I'll move my archers up a little bit. They're putting some crossfire over into this fight that's probably hurting me worse than it is my enemies at the moment. Camel spearmen are getting wrecked. I'm going to actually pull my general out of this fight for a minute because he is screened by infantry. I'm going to actually pull these archers over here because that's where the reinforcements are headed. Some more infantry that direction, and then let's shift. Alright, Hellenic cataphracts attack. Hellenic attackaphracts. We're looking for more lame jokes, and I always am looking for more lame jokes. I'm gonna fall back a little with my Thurio spears, because that is a lot of tribes people, and I'm gonna fall back with this cavalry as well, because I don't want my own cavalry getting savaged by a hail of javelins. The AI loves to bring a ton of javelins, and the javelins do a lot of damage quickly, and will hurt some of your elite units very, very badly if you're not careful. Alright, there we go. Got him behind him, so my archers are shredding tribespeople. I'm going to send some infantry up to screen off the approaching enemy infantry. Excellent. And here, get these cavalry. Alright, the tribespeople are going down. See how much damage they're doing to my Thurio spears, despite them being under heavy, heavy archer fire and return fire from my Thurio spears. Javelins just do a lot of damage, and they do it quickly. And especially whenever you have the difficulty ramped up like I do right now, they'll do that much more damage. Do not underestimate it. I'll go after that noble sword back there and bring this cavalry to support. Alright. I think we are pretty well set. I'm just going to take out that last unit of levy skirmishers. I've got a thorax sword running a charge against that noble swordsman. But the noble swordsman probably beat my thorax sword head on here, but not once I send reinforcements in. Cease fire with the archers. Alright, now I'm going to put an overwhelming charge in. Actually, the noble swordsman got beat up pretty badly by my thorax swords there. I don't know if the AI didn't countercharge or what. They got savaged pretty hard. So either the noble swordsman's really bad, which I wouldn't imagine, or the AI just didn't countercharge me and took the full brunt of that. I got nothing in return. I thought I told you guys to stop firing archers. Alright, so they're... noble sword units going down, and their last remaining infantry here is going to get a quick flank charge. I'm going to move my cavalry around. Looks like they broke right before I got there because their general died. You'll see the Saba be completely destroyed, so give them credit. They sallied out to defend their homes, probably because they had to. I mean, they were left with little choice. It was either surrender or die, and they just chose die instead of surrender, which is understandable, I guess, in that case. So we're going to take that settlement off the Saba. That's one more out of their hands, which means this army can turn back north, and no doubt the remaining Saba armies will just take off on a beeline north into every unguarded settlement they can, just running ahead of me as quick as they can for as long as they can. What the AI does, rather than trying to achieve a dramatic battle victory, they just run away. Desert nomadics, so we're going to raise this settlement. Look at that, folks. I actually remembered. The ambush worked. Excellent. So we get a chance to take out another one of the Sabine armies here. Let's do that right now. Yeah, this will be a great opportunity. Where are they deployed? Down here. So their army is pretty trash-tacular. My army's kind of trash-tacular after that last fight I got into as well. Just need infantry to surround their entire column, though, which it now does.
Orders, my lord.
And my general... Actually, I want that Arabian cav back here. And I'll use it to pin those missile units in. Take away their lives. These guys right behind my pikes. Okay. Start the battle.
We did it. They are taken. Let slaughter commence. Understood.
Our general is under attack.
Oh, that cavalry's just gonna take off running. There we go. Charge both those units. Counter charge over here. My Thuriel spears to go after those camel archers. Take my general after this Arabian cavalry. My elephants got mobbed up in a whole blob of enemies here. I did not want you to throw your javelins, but I guess go ahead. I haven't lost any Indian war elephants yet. I'm not necessarily expecting to either. Okay.
The enemy general is dead.
That is good news. And their Arabian cavalry's dying, so we're going to get away from this with very low casualties, and the enemy will, of course, suffer massive casualties, which is the exact type of battle that we wanted. Really push into those mercenary Mazgat marauders? I'm familiar with that unit.
The men are
Has some pretty
wavering.
cool looking unit skills, though. Who's wavering? And why would you be wavering? Maybe I have like an Eastern Spear unit somewhere? Oh, I had a Persian Light Archer. Got chased off out of there. Is that a mercenary? I have no idea. Guess I just lost track of that unit. Whoops. I don't know how there hasn't been a chain route. Like, kind of absurd that there hasn't been. I think we are now at that point. Alright. All set. It's in that battle. I did get a Persian archer mostly killed. Hopefully it comes back and we can replenish it. So I must have had it on the edge of a formation or forgot to deploy it and gotten it killed. Take a look at the comments still and get the next one here, because I'm sure you all had some good ones. Let's see, it's Mir Zubair says, Hannibal died at the end, but achieved the goal that he desired. Plus, this is the first time in Rome Total War late game where being such a major faction, literally swarmed by enemy stakes. Yeah, this one, we definitely have everybody against us. So the late game here has been pretty interesting, and I'm excited about it.
You have further orders?
The Saba, nope, the Saba took their other army to Cherax rather than face this one. And I'll go face them at Cherax. It looks like the secessionists have gone to Peritonian and set up a heavy defense for us. Sometimes the separatists get really good units too, so we should probably be careful. J Dirty says it'd be interesting to see each faction start a campaign at a different time frame, like Nervii picks up as Caesar invades Gaul, or optional starting times like Macedon starts either when Alexander takes the throne or when Rome and Macedonia, where each faction would have multiple ways to play, and units would vary by technology at the starting date. Yeah, that also sounds interesting. I'd totally be down with that. Alright, this random faction off in middle of nowhere has declared war on me, so sure. No reason to really call any allies into that fight. The Nori land an invasion force. It's going to be that rather small and pathetic one. But that does get them away from my fleet, unfortunately. Alright, I get it. Holy crap. Enough messages? Right. Right, this settlement is about to give up, but they did not attack me, so now they're going to die. And I will get the reinforcements this time, of course. It's a whole bunch of Helvetii short swords. They shouldn't be much of a match for us here. We only have thorax swords in this army. And the short swords will perform okay against our thorax swords. We have a significant archery component. They have a pretty good range component as well, so we'll keep an eye on it. I'm going to wait. Wait again. Wait again. Alright, starter deployment. And I'm going to have reinforcements coming, but I'm going to go ahead and deploy forward. I'm not really scared of this Helvetii army, but if I can, I'll bring up my reinforcements to help support. Out of formation attack, because it's not really going to help us at all. My cavalry is going to hand me a pretty heavy advantage here. Helvetii are going to be pretty bad at dealing with heavy cavalry. Of course, they'll have a boatload of javelins, like every faction and unit does in this game, but outside of those javelins, I expect they will be rather poor in taking on my heavy cavalry. Right, here comes our reinforcements. Reinforcements are going to be kind of crappy, but I'll run them up anyway. Okay, they've all come onto the battlefield, and I'm just going to start running them this direction. I fast forward a moment so we can speed this process along. Like I said, they have a fairly significant missile component, but mine should be better. I have upgrades, I have chevrons, my archers deal high damage. and have good range while doing it. Then if I approach at the right angle here, which I'm attempting to, there we go. We've got their attention, and they are on the approach. I'm going to take my archers. I'm back in a different group.
We have discovered the
Part of
enemy's
battle
hidden
group
units.
2. I go ahead and charge forward with my sword and spear infantry. Let my archers kind of sit still and continue to hold down the range fight. Some slingers and mob over here. Alright, my archers are safe. I'm going to start picking off slinger units, and I'm going to activate my cavalry to assist. My Thurio spears will be overmatched and need assistance. One of my archer units is a little too close to the main line, and then they started moving around when I gave an attack order, even though they were all very much in range. So, CA please. Alright, get in here.
We await your orders. Hellenic cataphracts.
That spear warrior is going to have javelins, so I'm going to go ahead and charge it before it discharges on my general, which it darn near did. Or it wasn't my general, sorry. Actually, melee cavalry, you chase the skirmishers. Heavy cavalry, your rear charge ready. Alright, my general should crush that spear warrior. The short swords are performing well against my thorax swords, as I expected they would. They just hit harder on the charge, and barbarian swords tend to do more armor-piercing damage. That makes a big difference in the end. Okay, I am bringing in reinforcements as quickly as I can, pulling out my heavy horse there. Need to retreat from this fight with my Azet Knights, because there is a Oathsworn trying to get to me. Yeah, one of my Thurio spears is getting dumpstered over here. Alright, I've got reinforcements headed in, though.
The battle is turning in our favor.
I've got heavy cavalry. Look at that, the AI just started retreating from my main line. Does it make sense? My general's second cycle charge really landed a death blow there. That Oathsworn's just marching around in a shield wall formation. I'm gonna swamp him with a couple of sword units. And we just need to break up this last little pocket of resistance over here on that flank. So I'm gonna swamp it. I'm gonna take my archers off fire at will, because there's far too much friendly fire to be had. Same thing here. Alright. Let's inspire. They got a really bad charge because they didn't come at a clean angle. Nonetheless, that Oathsworn should start to be cut down. These Azet Knights are crushing slingers, and then there's another unit that came back. And then this side got all wrapped up as well. Go pour on the extra heat against the Oathsworn. And the Oathsworn, again, these guys do good AP damage, really high attack, solid defense and armor. They have the headhunt ability, but they're just overmatched. So it doesn't matter how good your unit is, once you start taking on too many enemies, you're no longer going to be a good unit. So we've relieved the siege and scored a massive victory against the Helvetii. So Bendis, which I believe is one of Hannibal's heirs there, gaining a victory his father would be proud of. Or release the captives yet again, just because we get so much cash off that. We can use that to fuel further armies and buildings, which is just going to, again, you know, be circular and continue to fuel further armies and buildings. I'm going to drop into this settlement and get some replenishments. So the Helvetii push back with heavy losses. which is the best kind of losses for my enemies. Look at this, they've just switched flanks. Some settlement sabotage here, a little reconnoiter. And then, where was my spy at? Oh, that was my spy, my bad. Let's get this unit, continue to march north into Boei territory. Heralds of Triton no longer have any available targets back here.
We hunger for battle.
Can attack these guys.
And honor.
They're gonna flee away, but I can still get to them. So that'll get rid of another army behind me here. That's a faction destroyed. So the Nori are gone, so that's one war off our table. I need to improve this army a little bit. The Median cavalry is not bad, especially with these upgrades, but we can do better. So I might want to take an opportunity. This army won't need any upgrades. This army is very, very much ready to fight, even the toughest of foes. I'm going to stand right here on the border with Massilia and let them know that I am darn well paying attention to them. And let's see here, the Heralds of Triton, no longer needed here, but they could be very handy against the Odrysians and the Cimmerians, so I think I'm going to sail the Heralds of Triton in that direction. It's going to be a long sail. Try and speed it up as best I can, but get them on the move. Then we need to relieve the siege here at Singidon against the Odrysians. So unless the Odrysians are just stacked with Thracian nobles, they are not. I'm feeling pretty confident that we can push this back. They do have a lot of Falx troops here, like Thracian warriors, so they'll be very dangerous on the charge. We've got pikes, elephants, archers, a whole bunch of stuff that Falx warriors are really not going to enjoy fighting. So we should be able to make their world quite miserable. They've got me blocked from being able to land safely here, I think. I'm going to go ahead and sail to Alexandria and then get off the ships. Then this army can make its march to Cyrene. So we're going to be able to cut off this secessionist. We've got them bracketed. How did they get a hold of this settlement down here? That's irritating. And who are these guys? Are they fighting with them as well? I don't even see them on here, are they? Yeah, here they are. I'm trading with them. They hate me, of course. Everybody does now, and can't say I blame them. I mean, writing's pretty much on the wall as to what's going to happen to everyone who isn't Seleucids at this point, so the fact that the AI hates us is probably a good sign. Yeah, the auto-resolve's probably going to be unkind to me here. It shouldn't be, but it will be. So I'm going to have to go ahead and fight this one. Let's grab another comment while we're loading this one up. Conquer Toon says, I saw Hannibal kill 3 armies with a pencil. A frickin' pencil. Indeed. I love it. That's some good enthusiasm right there. Darren Laker says, faction diversity in historical Total War games should come in their war aims and assimilation abilities and be determined by their cultures. Barbarians prefer sacking, taking ransoms, defending home regions, etc. When enemies conquer regions, they could incite resistance movements with raiding, guerrilla warfare, whereas empire types like to conquer, assimilate, repress until they turn them into a second-class citizen, recruiting top-tier units only in home territories, and make conquered territories only recruit up to mid-tier. Yeah, these are all ideas that I think should definitely be considered. They should definitely be considered, and I think that it's another good example of how you can take rough ideas from history and turn it into something fun and make each faction unique. So another good bunch of thoughts there on how we can improve these games. I could only hope that someone at CA is listening, though I'm not going to be counting on it. But at least if we drum up some of these ideas, and they do ask for feedback, or they announce that they're working on the development. I think they've announced. I don't know what they've announced. I don't think they've technically announced that they're working on another historical title. They said they have a team dedicated to it. I don't think we have any idea what exactly it means that they're working on another historical title. So whatever. When they announce something official, hopefully we can have some ideas to push their way. Alright.
General, orders understood.
What do we got here? Royal Guards. They can be dealt with archers. They are guarding levy skirmishers and tribespeople, no doubt. Yep. It's going to be the most common unit that you're going to see the Saba with. They recruit tons of those inexpensive javelin units.
Understood.
I'm going to go ahead and just start pushing up. I'll try and stay outside of javelin range.
At speed! Our orders! At the double! Swords! Thorax swordsman! By your command! Commander! Double time! Commander! At the double! At speed!
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start running these units into the settlement. I'm going to peel off this mercenary Arabian cav because it'll be a little bit faster and hopefully be a little more resistant to heat exhaustion.
Riders! Advance!
Start moving my riders in.
Yours to command! Persian archers!
Target the levy skirmishers.
Men of Persia!
Same thing there. Target levy skirmishers. Excellent. Alright, so the fight is underway. There are naval reinforcements on the way in. I'm going to go greet them. Over here. The levy skirmishers are getting wrecked.
Thorax swordsman! Quick march! Enemy troops awaiting.
Time to push up.
Thorax swordsman! Spears!
Whoa! Reinforcements. Royal cavalry here.
Men of Persia!
I'm gonna turn my archers and deal with that royal cavalry. I'm not really worried if I lose my own Arabian cav mercenaries there. It's probably the last time they'll ever take a mercenary contract with me, but
Ready for orders!
it will be anyway since I'm getting them killed.
Lower your spears! Your orders!
Alright, go get those. Yep, the royal cavalry is now under heavy archer fire, and my mercenary Arabian cav should hold long enough.
Thorax swordsman!
I'll bring one thorax sword, face them, just in case I have trouble holding.
Is dead.
Yep, there he goes. I love that I hired this mercenary Arabian cav, and then I turn around and order my archers to just mow everybody down. I guess if they don't survive, they won't be able to go tell their friends not to take a mercenary contract with me because there won't be any survivors to spread what happened. We can just, you know, lie and be like, oh yeah, they all died honorably in combat.
Thorax swordsman!
They definitely died honorably in combat.
Ready for
No other outcome.
at the double!
Put some flaming shots back here onto that noble sword. See if we can drop the morale.
Melee infantry at your
We have
command.
caught them. I can pull my cavalry back,
Cataphracts!
and then we can get a rear charge set up over here.
Hellenic cataphracts!
Yep. So we'll start taking a toll on enemy morale.
Thorax swordsman!
All the flaming arrows, and now I'll cease fire because here comes the cavalry. So fresh off of some flaming arrows, they're going to take a cavalry rear charge. They're utterly surrounded. This is a very Hannibal-esque move here. Got our enemies surrounded, and it'll now just turn into a Kane-type bloodbath, where the killing only stops when your arm is so tired that you have to pull back and rest. Otherwise, this is going to be absolutely crushing. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty bad situation
Thorax swordsman!
for all of these Saba troops. They're still not routing. I'm going to pop another flaming volley in here. Shouldn't be too high of a risk for a lot of friendly fire. The flaming arrows do a little less damage. There we go. Just want to try and speed their passing. Guess I'm kind of doing them a favor. What? The Royal Guard is pulling through my men over here. That's very cheeky. Well, shoot them in the back while they're at it. Okay, nope, they routed. Okay. There we go. So another victory. Our poor Arabian cavalry paid the price there, but, you know, rest of the army turned out rather safe. Alright, so that is going to put our enemies down. And I'm going to raise this settlement, because it'll no doubt be, yep, desert nomadic.
Commander.
Alright, so we've got a lot of things to take care of here. Wait, repair is our only option here. That's some kind of Great Dam of Marib. Interesting. Special building there. Kind of almost looks like a port, but it isn't. Let's go ahead and build temple. Repair. Rebuild. And there we go. So Arabia Felix. Get it resituated.
At your command.
This army has a Persian light archer that is pretty hurt. I could snag a mercenary Persian archer and then just re-recruit that one once I get the opportunity. I believe that is what I'm going to do. That way I can go ahead and pin this army in at Charax.
None will escape.
This will leave only this settlement over here that Media is likely to take. They may take it, there's no guarantee. So I'm just going to encircle this army, make them come out and fight me, ideally. And then we should be able to slaughter them. If I have a lot more archers, which I do, so we could probably kill them. But I do have to go ahead and go. I'm limited on how much time I have to record, so I know this is a bit short of an hour like I usually do these, but it's going to be time for me to go. I feel like we got some good stuff accomplished. We're about to get into a war with those secessionists. And then we have calmed many issues here on the Barbarian front. And we're now in a position to strike back against the Odrysians, and soon the Cimmerians as well. So, like I said, things are going to be very spicy for a good time to come. Don't miss it. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button. If you want to see more, make sure you are subscribed, and then click the bell if you would like to be notified when the new video goes live. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you soon.